Hello everyone, I'm back again, and today I just want to make a quick little short video just to kind of get you guys aware of money mindset. And maybe you're wondering right now, like, I'm barely getting by, why can't I ever seem to get ahead? I'm living paycheck to paycheck. So I kind of just want to discuss some points of some things that I have learned through my self-development journey, especially with money mindset, because we would all like to be wealthy or have more money, to be more comfortable in life. So I don't want to get confused with, people, always have to tell you like, oh, well, money doesn't bring happiness. And, I'm not about money. I'm not worried about money. I'd rather be happy and broke. Well, that sucks for you, because I'm sorry. I'm trying to make some money and I want to find out, why am I in this situation? How can I get better? How can I surpass and get to that next level? So today I just wanted to kind of point out a few things as far as like your money mindset and, thinking about becoming aware of how you were raised around money. So just take a second and kind of think, what are some things that growing up you heard about money? Whether, for example, I'll use my personal story. My dad would always say, money doesn't grow on trees. What do you think? I made of money? Every time, hey, but I need money for books or, this or school or, whatever it was. Same thing every day. You think I made of money? Money doesn't grow on trees. And always those negative connotations around money. So it always was, it felt like money was just scarce, because that's how my dad kind of viewed it. He held on to it. He made good money and he was very good at saving his money, but he held on to it too much to where it was like money was scarce for him. So like he was just afraid to use it. He didn't want to use it. He hated when he used it. And growing up now as an adult and learning how I grew up around money and why maybe I had some of those thoughts around money, I'm kind of basically reverse engineering and finding out, okay, well, this is the root of it. Same thing with my mom. It was kind of like, well, it's not about money. It's not all about money. So to her, money wasn't important. So therefore, well, if it's not important to you and it's not something that's a priority, well, then you're not really going to receive a lot of it. So now I become really aware as far as, okay, I don't want to have a scarcity of money. If I go out to the restaurant, I want to feel good and be able to tip more to my waitress. I don't want to hold on and be greedy like, oh, I could only afford a tip for $2. Because it's like karma. Whatever you give, you're going to receive back. So if I can learn to give and see, that money can flow to me, that there's an abundance of money out there and, it's going to keep coming to me, then I feel more freely to give. You know what? I can go ahead and give a little extra. I can go ahead and give a little more. I was actually just listening to, I don't remember if it might have been Jim Rohn, I believe it was. Can't really remember right now. I listened to so many different great speakers. It might have been Jim Rohn, but he was saying, if you have a thought to give and you have two numbers in your head, always go with the higher number, because that means you're a person who's willing to go above and beyond and make that extra step and take that extra milestone. So if you're giving more, you're going to be able to receive more. I thought that was really interesting because sometimes I've done that where I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to give this much because, I'd rather be safe and keep a little bit in case I'm going to need it. Well, if I think that way and I think, I might need this for an emergency, well, guess what's going to happen? An emergency. So kind of becoming aware of what kind of traditions you were raised around money and how to change it and become aware of it. So today, as you're going through your day, just think about some stuff. Like, maybe you pass through something, you're like, oh, I can't afford that. Stop yourself and remind yourself that's not how you should be thinking about money. Think about, how can I afford that? Create a plan. Or you might say something to somebody like, oh, girl, I can't afford to go out for drinks tonight, or something like that. Like, think about ways that you can get to that point. So I want to just, as you're going through your day or through your week, start thinking about some little things about money, negative connotations you have about money, and how to change it so that way you can think about it in a positive way. So again, it's not thinking like, oh, well, if I have money, I'm going to be happy. No, 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 no. You got to be happy with yourself. That's not what it's about. But having money is going to allow you to do more for others. And that's how we need to think about it. It's not about, oh, I want to be rich to buy that big car and house. Of course, we would all love those things. But let's think about what are some ways for us to get prosperity to us in order so we can give more. Because that's really the right way to think about money. And I've started changing that in my own daily habits. So for me, it's like, you know what? It used to be about, oh, I can buy a big house, I can get, a car, I can buy, them shoes I want, I can get, but then, yes, those things are nice and you do got to treat yourself. But now it's more like, if I have money, how much more people can I help? How many more charities can I become involved with? If I have enough money, I can take a flight around the world, across the world, to help children who are less fortunate. So if I am able to become wealthy, there's so much more that I can give and so much more that I can offer to others. So I just wanted to speak a little quick about it. Didn't want to make this video too long, but hopefully, just kind of gives you some idea. I do want to do more videos about, especially on money mindset, because I think it's really important. Everybody, not everybody, I should say, I apologize, but there's a lot of people that their thought process is a lack of money, a lack of happiness, a lack of, friendships, and oh, I lack this, I lack that. And we go through our day thinking about, I can't do this, I can't do that, or no, I shouldn't do this. Well, we got to start changing it and thinking, I can. Maybe I only have $10 to my name, but guess what? Give $5 away. And guess what? It's going to come back to you in abundance. And everything that I've read, everything that I've listened to, everybody can tell you that. And it feels good to be able to do things like that for people, because we're human beings. We like that recognition, and it feels good to say, what, I made somebody's day. It doesn't matter what it is. If you buy coffee for somebody in Starbucks line, little things like that. It's just the little gestures that begin to add up. And before you know it, you just want to have that feeling of giving and giving and giving, because once you can do that and feel great about it, guess what? You're going to start receiving. So just start thinking a little differently about how you think about money, or think about maybe why you're in the position you are. Maybe you're facing a lot of debt. You kind of feel like, oh, I got this bill, and it's like once I get ahead, something else happens. Well, start trying to reverse engineer that and think, where is that coming from? What's the root of it? And start kind of figuring out, how can I change that? How can I change the way I'm thinking about this? Instead of focusing on the bills, start thinking about, what, my bank account's increasing. Money's coming to me. I'm going to be okay. Things are going to work out. And start thinking more on the positive end and seeing that end result, and focus on that. Because whatever you're focusing on is going to grow. So if you're focusing on all these bills and, the debt piling up, well, then more debt and more bills are going to come. So I hope that kind of helps you guys a little bit. I know I struggle with this still. I'm constantly kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't afford this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. And I'm totally working on it right now, because that's kind of my problem where I lack. I get a lot of that, especially from my parents, as far as, I don't want to take vacations. I don't want to take time off. Oh, if I go do this trip, that's going to cost me this much. And I'm really trying to reverse myself and kind of think, okay, you know what? I need to start flipping the script, thinking differently. So as I'm trying to go through my day and become more conscious of it, I want you guys to give it a shot and see how it helps you. And hopefully a little bit what I said made sense. And like I said, I will do more videos on that, because it's a lot more that goes into it, and changing the way we think is really hard, really, really hard. So it takes a lot of practice and a lot of dedication and commitment to say, you know what, I need to own up and understand the root of it, and how we can move forward from it, and that way we can teach our children and just have better generations to come. So I hope that helped you guys out a little bit. And like I said, start just thinking, where are these negative thoughts coming from, and how can I change it? And I will see you guys soon. Bye.